I am back to provide a little tutorial on City of Steam. I was requested to give some information on how to get pets and mounts, and I'm going to add to that and go over some of the weapon crafting and transmutations again. That way you don't have to watch the large video I did before to get into that. So we're gonna go ahead and log in here. Get this game loaded up, and I went through and ran a couple of low-level dungeons real quick to get the transmutation orbs. You can get those on any dungeon run, on any level. You get one per run. Now, one thing that I have been asked is how to go into full screen mode. You can do it on the character screen when you start the game up, or you can do it when you get in game. There's this little icon over here which has a box with 4 arrows on it, and pressing that will toggle full screen. You can choose the resolution. My current resolution is 1920 by 1080, so this is a full 1080p HD setup right now. The way I can move my camera like this without it having being locked in an odd position, you can toggle the mode right here. As you can see, I can't move up and down now. I can move left and right, but I'm limited to this view, and that's something that I'm not very fond of. You can't see very well. I mean, this, you can only see up to here in front of you, so if you're looking for something, this is a really bad setup. Now if you toggle the camera mode like this, it's so much better. You just zoom out and go up and down and you get a much better view. The game looks a lot better as well. If you want to go back to a city while in a dungeon before completing it, you can click this door here and that will take you back to the city. You won't get any of the rewards, however. And with that, we will go over here and show you how to get some mounts. So right now, I currently have one mount, and you can do wheelies by holding space. And this one ups my movement speed by, I believe, 70%. Yes, I have a 70% movement speed with this. And that is only because this is an item I got during the beta. Apparently the pets and mounts acquired during the beta were better. So for those who will be getting them now, you come to this little shop in the first city here. This is the one you get to after the tutorial area. And you can buy one for 250,000 of the in-game shilling cash, which you can find up here on the top left of your screen. Now these only give you 40% movement speed increases. But if you look at the very bottom of the tooltip that shows up while you mouse over and look to the right, you'll see that there's a level 1 requirement, which means as long as you get the money for this, you can ride it no matter what. You can either ask a friend, transfer money from another character that you own, or you can go and grind for it. However you get the money, once you get it, you can ride it no matter what level you're at. Now, this down here shows that the shop prices are currently at 250%. So this is a lot more expensive than you can get it at. So there are in-game kind of events where shops prices go down. If you wait for one of those, which you may be able to find in here, doesn't seem like it. It may show in there, I'm not quite sure. I never really got around to figuring all that out. But that will give you, once that price goes down some, that will give you a good discount on it, which is how I got my pet. And those are only 40% movement increase. It's not a lot, but it is a decent amount if you have to move around a lot and run through large areas. It's not really important at a low level, but it is kind of fun to get if you're a newer player. Now, the pets are located at the top of the skyloft, which is that area up top there. It's this little spot here, and you have to unlock this area by doing certain things and getting to a certain level. If you come up here before you have unlocked the area, this elevator here won't work for you. But once you do unlock it, you click the elevator, left click it, and then click up. And that will take you to the top here. And the pet shop is right over here. Both pet shops have the exact same thing in them, and the cheapest one is the same amount as a mount. To me, the pets are more worth it than the mount. So if you have to choose between the two, I would go with the pet first. Pets will pick up items and money that are on the ground, so that you don't have to spend your time running around picking up a whole bunch. I personally destroy mobs of monsters in groups at a time, so I may take out 10 to 15. And that's a lot of time just wasting around picking things up. And your pet will do that for you, and you can also pick them up as well still, so it'll go a lot faster. The two cheapest ones, I prefer the Steam Pup, which is the one I have. The Marsh Hopper is a weird looking frog type deal. But this is... oh, I still have a Marsh Hopper. I was attempting to do this video before, and while transmuting I got this Marsh Hopper. And it, video didn't record very well. Something happened and it didn't work out right. But anyway, here's my Steam Pup. It looks a lot cooler than the little frog monster that you see when I pull it out. So, I stick with the Steam Pup. Now, with the beta monster, or with the beta pet, I've got a plus 4.2% kill experience and plus 3 regen, so it ups my stats as well as picks up my items. However, the pets that you get through transmutation, or the ones that you buy now that the beta is over, you don't get any stat increases. All they do is pick up items for you. As you can see when I mouse over the Marsh Hopper, that one shows that there's no stat increase. Now this item expires in 2 hours because it was a 24-hour pet I received here at the transmutation area. The transmuter is used in conjunction with transmuter orbs, which you get each run during a dungeon or instance, and coolant. The coolant will show here. I used it during the last video and kind of didn't work right, so well, I'll have to show you without it, but I'll tell you what it does during the tutorial here for it. So you see right here the number of orbs you've got to run this. So that's the amount of times you can run the wheel here. These locks will be used to lock which items you want in place. So when I run this, you'll see that this number will drop to 6. You have to click here in the center to run it. So as you see, I got items here. Now, when you see an orb, you click it and you immediately get it. See how it plushed up to 7 again? That was done by just clicking on the orb itself right here in its circle. And you want to find items where you have multiples of it. That's going to be your best thing. Because as you can see, when you click an item, it tells you how many you have to get something. 1 gets you nothing, 2 gets you one of these shilling, one of the higher level shilling things, and the 3 will get you some of that in the normal currency, and 4 will get you the item plus a transmuter essence, which you can go over for yourself. I personally haven't really used them, but it says after unlocking the collection system at level 10, add these and other essences to the transmutologist collection to boost your stats. So it's kind of just a little stat booster thing, but you also get money for it. So once you get 4 of any item, you can have that item. And this one enhances one of your abilities for 10 uses. If you don't want the item that shows up, you can continue, just respin and it will add a whole new set. But if you want those items and you want to get more, like say I have 3, I could just collect it right now by clicking this. If I left clicked right now, I would receive these 2 items. But if I want the 4th set so I can get the actual item, you lock these in place and spin again. But let's say I don't want the oil. Maybe I have no use for it. Let's go ahead and spin. Just get rid of it. Now you see that I have a whole bunch of more stuff. Well, these bombs are bad. Bombs will add bars down here. Orbs, again, will add back here. Now once this set gets all the way up to the finish, you can no longer spin no matter how many orbs you have left. If it gets to the top and you use a coolant, it drops it back down to 0. So if say you're trying to get 7, because 7 pet things gives you the shield bear, which is supposed to be really good. This one may actually offer bonuses to you as well since it's a really rare one. And 15 of these transmuter essences, as well as a lot more of the in-game currency. So if you're trying to get 7, coolant is what you're really going to need. It's going to be really hard to get it without that. Now pressing this will reset the transmuter. You won't get any of the rewards or anything. Well, I could either hold both of these and keep this 2 hit here that I got from the bombs, or I can just re-roll. And because I don't actually have coolant, I'm going to do that for the purpose of this video only. It's really rare that you'll end up doing that though. So I'm going to go ahead and spin again. And let's say that we really want a pet. Mounts are probably more hard to get, but you can get the same variety, or you can get all the way up to one of these really rare ones. But let's go ahead and say we want a pet because we don't have the money for it, and we are not even the high enough level to go up and get one. So we're going to lock those 2, since they're pet icons. Once we get up to 4, we can get ourselves a marsh hopper. At least. If we can get more, then that would be really nice. So let's spin again now. As you can see, those 2 stayed there. However, it gave me 2 bars. Every one you have locked, during the next spin, you will get 1 bar down here. And again, the bomb gave me 1 more bar. But I got another pet icon, so that's good. Now when I spin again, I'm going to get 3 more bars, so I'm at least going to be here. Unless I get more bombs. So let's do that. See what happens. Up, there we go. We've got our 4th one. Now, I can only really spin this 1 more time because that's going to bring me up to here. I can get a marsh hopper right now. As you can see, it's pretty easy to get these. Go ahead and spin again. See if we can maybe get 1 more. No, we can't. Now you can see that the coolant icon here is blinking. If I were to click that, it would drop this back down so I could keep spinning. However, I've at least got a pet. So you click on the icon, the pet icon there, and you click the rewards you want. So I click 4, and it puts the marsh hopper in my inventory, right down here. So as you can see, I have it for 23 hours and 59 minutes. It's a 24-hour item, same goes for the mounts. However, these other ones are permanent. So once you do get one of those pets, you'll have to come back every so often and get one. At a low level where you're just constantly running these dungeons, getting things done, you don't have to worry about that. So I would personally just keep grabbing the pets. The other ones don't matter too much unless you get really low on health and you can grab the medicine. The mount isn't going to be too useful for you. Now, another cool thing that I will throw in there before I end this is you can click on one of these glass container things here and it's a storage system. So if your inventory ever gets full and you need a spot to put things, you can drop it in the storage system. Just right click the item in your inventory and there it goes. It just jumps right over. So let's say I don't need any of this stuff. Just throw it in there. And there we go. And if you are out of space in your inventory. Anything done in the transmuter will actually add spots to your inventory until you have enough spots to move them back. I believe they're unusable until you do so, but that's okay as long as you don't lose those items from after transmuting, which is a really nice thing. Some games don't do that. A lot of games don't do that. And before I forget, we'll actually go ahead and show you some crafting for your items. So in the last one, I had plussed this item here. You just right click any item you want to upgrade. I have this one here that I can actually show you with. So, as you can see when I pull it in here, there's the item up top, the amount that it will cost you to do this for your in-game currency, the upgrade medals required, which is 2. You'll see your medals over here. Some work for levels 1 through 12, some for any level. This one actually contains different grades. It's a bundle, so I guess I can open it. Can't upgrade. Okay, well. Anyway, you can see the amount that it costs in your materials over here. It gives you the base damage that it will plus, which is 15, so you'll gain 15 damage on this, and your chance of success. So we have 100% success. We'll go ahead and upgrade it. The next one's going to take 6 medals, 960 for the currency, and as you can tell the price is going up, but the damage is also going up. And we can do 8 more medals. I'm going to have to open that pack to show you. There we go. And I got 8 more medals. Sweet. Exactly what I needed. And you can see there's still a 100% chance for this 3rd time. Now, once you get to the +3, which you can see on here now where it says the name, it has a +3. You have a chance of losing the item. Not only do you lose the item, you lose the money that you used to make it and all of the materials. So you see here that the chance of success has dropped to 90%. That's not a very low number. It is really hard to lose the item at this point, but it is possible. So for this item I have over here, I got it up to +4 because it was an item I could buy in the shop. So I didn't really care if I lost it. However, this one here is a really rare one. So it's got rare properties, it's got a really nice set, and I didn't want a chance losing it. So I left it at a +3. Now at the very bottom you can see how high you can plus the item. You'll see in green that it has max upgrade +6. This means that I can only get it to a +6. You can try to upgrade to +7, but it won't work. It won't let you. I don't think it'll even enter into the upgrader anymore. Now, if you buy these protection potions, or whatever they're called, let's see if it'll show, catalyst. If you buy some catalyst, it will upgrade your chance of success. So if you really wanted to get this to +6, you would have to use those or be incredibly lucky. Now you can also salvage items. So let's say I don't want this anymore. Say I don't like it. We can go ahead and just get rid of it if we want it. Let me make sure I have something that I use over here before I do that. There we go, I do. I want to make sure I had something to show you guys later before destroying this. It'll say I have a 100% chance of success for it, and I'll get something out. So if I destroy this item, I'll get a 1 medal for levels 1 through 12. So you can either sell it or destroy it and get some materials for upgrading. So what the hell, we don't need it. As you can see, I got 1 medal here and the item is destroyed. It's no longer here. This will allow you to add a mod. Mods upgrade certain things. Like on this weapon here, in the tooltip you can see that I have an attack speed plus 24 on my mods. And the way you do that is you have to have the correct mod that goes in the space. Let me go ahead and grab some out of my storage so I can show you. So there's all kinds of different types of mods. Or different, well, there's different types and different shapes. So you can see here that they're now in my crafting material because I pulled them out of my bank. So this mod is a pentagon mod, and it adds attack speed to weapons. However, it adds different things to shields and armor. This one will add weapon impact, and weapon impact. So as you can see, they're usually of the same shape. And this one will add weapon critical. Some of them may be a different shape every now and then, but usually it's the same one. So on this one, you have 3 slots, and you have to unlock with a key. However, it says right here that you can have a max mod of 1. So you can't have more than 1 mod. You can open all the slots if you wish, but that's going to cost you 3 keys, and you can only use 1 of the slots, so you just wasted 2 keys. So you want to play this smart. Of course, keys are pretty easy to come by, but sometimes you'll run out, and that kind of sucks. So if you mouse over here, you'll see that you can have a critical mod, a base damage mod, and an attack speed mod. Now those come in the exact order of this one is your critical, this one is your base damage, and this one is your attack speed. And so we have an impact one, which it seems that we can't put in here because none of those have impact. We have a weapon critical, which it shows that we do have a critical slot for it. And we also have a pentagon mod for an attack speed, which in my opinion is the one that I like the most. I use it a lot. Critical will be good if you have an incredible attack speed already, but I like to just speed up my attack speed. So if we're going to use the attack speed one, we come over here and we unlock it. It's going to pay 1 key. As you can see, we have 21. Use it, we now have 20, and we have a pentagon mod slot. If I try to put this one in there, it says types do not match. So I cannot put a diamond mod in a pentagon slot. So it has to be the exact one. And since we played it smart, we can just add the mod that we want in there. And what you can see is it actually adds a piece onto the weaponry, which I think is pretty sweet. So not only does it up its stats, it changes its appearance. This is one of the few games that actually does something like that. And I think it's really neat. But once you do that, you click your check button, and you can see that the mod has been added and is permanently attached. You cannot remove it. But if you look at the item, there is now an attack speed 15 under mods. And so we have successfully learned how to plus our weapons, add mods to them, and now you can get some really good equipment, even at low levels. Now remember that you can also do this with armor. As you can see, this armor has mod slots. This one does as well, and they're all plusable. You can see that I have some of them plus to 3. Normal gray names I don't usually bother with. I wait until I get a good colored name of some sort, because they usually have a rare property and it adds more reason to specialize it, unless I really need something better, like say the attack speed, which is why my bracers are almost always plus 3. And a few times I plus them to 4 and 5 as well. You can do the same thing to your jewelry. You can say that this one's plus 3 and has mod spaces. I've got this one at 4 and modded it. And then that one's only +3 and I haven't bothered with that yet. And so that is a brief tutorial on how to get your mounts, pets, how to upgrade your items, and use a transmuter. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any more requests, I will be happy to fulfill them as soon as possible. I've been kind of busy recently, and I've been working on intros and outros for my videos. I've still got a lot to put up, but I prioritize on requested videos more than anything else. So if you ever have a question about something and want a tutorial, go ahead and ask me. I have a really large amount of games right now. There's also the Origin Humble Bundle, which is up right now for those that don't know. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description for this. There are a whole bunch of Origin games that are for $1, or you can get a $5 pack which gives you Battlefield 3 and The Sims 3, plus the other games that you would have gotten for $1. And it's a really good set, so if you want Battlefield 3 or The Sims 3 or any of the Dead Space games, those are all in there. And I got those and a whole bunch of other games. I've got well over 100, so let me know if you guys want anything on a specific game, just ask it, I've got it. And this has been Nox, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.